Read a book in 3 minutes. Today we read The Courage to Be Disliked. This book gives us 5 types of courage that help us no longer fear being disliked and enables us to gain confidence and freedom. The first type is the courage to accept the past. When people we care about hurt us, we feel pain and anger. We believe that the pain is caused by others hurting us, and we think it's inevitable because the past cannot be changed. However, Adler disagrees and argues for teleology. According to Adler, it is not the past that causes our suffering but our present goals. We fear being hurt again and hope that the other person will remember and appreciate us. So, we make ourselves suffer to make the other person feel guilty, and we use anger to gain courage. The book suggests that it is not the past that makes us suffer but our own choices. What determines ourselves is not our past experiences but the meaning we attribute to them. Therefore, as long as we have the courage to break free from the past, we can gain the courage to pursue happiness. The second type is the courage to accept oneself. The book claims that all troubles stem from interpersonal relationships and the fear of being disliked. Because of this fear, we focus only on our flaws and fail to see our strengths, leading to a sense of inferiority and self-doubt. Some people actively seek their own value due to this sense of inferiority, and it becomes a catalyst for their growth. However, those who are unable to accept themselves may develop pathological inferiority complexes. For example, someone like Xiaoming, who is very short, constantly feels inferior and believes they are lesser. As a result, they often remain silent in social situations, with an underlying intent of saying, "I am short, I am pitiful." When someone consistently behaves as introverted, pitiful, arrogant, or superior, they use their misfortunes as weapons, and they will always need them. The book suggests that healthy self-esteem is not about comparing oneself to others but comparing oneself to one's ideal self. Each person is unique, with differences in gender, appearance, and knowledge. There are no identical individuals in the world. These differences do not imply goodness or inferiority. We should positively view our differences from others. For example, although Xiaoming is short, they also possess more charisma than others. We cannot change objective facts, but we can freely change our subjective interpretations because we all live in our subjective worlds. The third type is the courage to accept others. As long as there is competition in interpersonal relationships, we will inevitably compare ourselves and experience feelings of inferiority. When we realize that we do not need to defeat anyone, we can break free from the cycle of competition. We no longer emphasize winning or insist on being right, and the fear of losing disappears. We become genuinely able to wish others well and contribute to their happiness. The previous competitive relationship transforms into a partnership. When we perceive everyone as our partners, we no longer view the world as a dangerous place and are no longer consumed by suspicion. The world becomes a safe and comfortable space. The fourth type is the courage to be disliked. Freedom lies in not seeking approval excessively. If we desire the approval of others too much, we start living according to their expectations and surrender our freedom to them. Why do we care so much about others? It is because we have not learned to separate issues. What is issue separation? It simply means determining who should bear the consequences of a particular matter. Whoever the matter concerns, it becomes their issue. For example, when facing a friend, trusting them becomes our issue, while how they respond to our trust becomes their issue. In any decision, we can ask ourselves whose issue it is and separate our issues from others. We neither interfere with others' issues nor let others interfere with ours. This leads to significant changes in interpersonal relationships and is the first step towards happiness. The fifth type is the courage to contribute oneself. All troubles stem from interpersonal relationships, and the source of relative happiness also lies in them. When we view others as partners, we can find our own place among them. In this position, we can make our own contributions and feel our own value. Only when people sense their own value can they gain courage. This kind of relationship is called a community in the book. Each person exists in multiple communities, large and small, including family, friends, colleagues, and even society. There is no need to worry excessively about the breakdown of a particular relationship because constantly living in fear of relationship failures is an extremely unfree way of life, as it revolves around living for others. When we lack value in a particular community, we can confidently leave and enter the next community. We can transform our attachment to ourselves into caring and helping others, no longer accommodating or controlling them. We can establish a sense of community and feel a sense of value, thereby increasing our courage. Happiness. and sense of contribution. That is the definition of happiness. When these 5 types of courage come together, they become the courage to embrace ordinariness and provide the power to live in the present moment. The book states that life is not a straight line but a continuous series of moments. The biggest lie in life is to detach from the present and dwell on the past or worry about the future. If you are interested in this perspective, you can watch the video about the power of the present. Finally, I would like to conclude today's reading with a quote from the book. Instead of fearing being disliked, move forward with courage. Instead of going with the flow, surge ahead like a torrent. That is true freedom for a human being.